I got into the arts because my parents really exposed me to going to plays and the opera and ballet. I played piano for about 10 years when I was a kid. And just with that exposure, I was just really excited and interested in all things creative. The DJ thing came in college where, people would party. I was a freshman. Seniors were playing this music, house music, and I didn't know what it was, even though I came from New York. And as they graduated, we kind of all gathered our records together, and I was in a radio program, and then I just got some turntables and I started DJing. And that's what started in college. The production started really with my introduction to Kevin Hedge from Blaze. And I was doing, I had a nonprofit arts organization called the Tea Party, and they were doing a shelter. So I would go, I was a shelter head, so I'd go to the shelter and we would talk business. And I did a couple parties at the shelter and we became cool. And he said, well, why don't you come over? I'm working on the Natural Blaze album and, kind of get into it. And that opened my nose to production. And I would just go out there and hang out, and I call it Mecca, where they would just do their work, Kevin Hedge, Josh Milan, and just make beautiful music. What inspired me musically? Well, because I play piano, I love Mozart. I'm of a Caribbean background. My parents are from Grenada, so I love Caribbean music. I was open to that. New York is a melting pot of all kinds of arts and cultures, so you're exposed to all kinds of things. So some of my best friends growing up were Indian or Latino, so I was just exposed and influenced by all those different kind of cultures and musics, which is where I am today as an artist and a producer.
A child is born to a world that's not ready.
Who do I admire? I mean, they're my friends now. Blaze, I admire Blaze. I admire Louis Vega and Osalande and Joaquin Clossel, Frankie Feliciano. There are tons of people that are doing wonderful work. Quentin Harris.
Cry is a need for some caring.
I mean, it's just one of the many things that I like doing. So I like to write. I'm a songwriter producer, so a lot of the songs that I've put out on the label, I've had a hand in writing. So I've always loved writing. Poetry, songwriting is really poetry. So I've been doing poetry as long as I can remember. A highlight. Certainly sitting in New Jersey at Blaze Studios while they were finishing up Found Love was incredibly inspirational to me as a producer, as a songwriter, as a DJ, just being in the presence of the greats like Tony Humphries at Zanzibar, Timmy Regisford at Shelter, just being close to them as they were doing their incredible work. Personally, highlights like playing at Southport last November was a tremendous highlight for me. Doing this party called Libation when we had Pevin Everett come and perform live was an incredible highlight for me. And just being a part of the family, the team, the community that I'm a part of just is inspirational for me to do more and bigger things, because this is a life passion.
A blessing, a lesson, a calling to be saved.
My style, I call the music that I play, that I make, global soul music, which is incorporating African, Latino, Brazilian, Caribbean rhythms on top of soulful vocals. And that's what I would call that. I call it global soul.
You are the moon. You are the moon.
They are so deeply connected. I love both. They're distinctly different. You have to love each separately. It's a different skill. I think a lot of people think that if they make a track, then they'll DJ more. But when you really get into production, it's a whole new love. It's another mode of expression. And so it requires a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of study, just so you can be good and to make quality music. DJing I've been doing it for a long time. I've loved that whole art and culture.
You are the sun. You
Well, the paradigm has shifted so much from being vinyl being the main medium of music, and to where most things are digital. So vinyl. I'm a purist, so I love the idea of vinyl. I love the idea of reading credits, and reading labels and colors, and having a physical thing to touch and feel and smell. Just like the feel of wax is what I grew up with. However, the reality of the thing is that music now is being distributed digitally primarily, especially in underground dance music. And so it's affected us in terms of obviously the profit margin. We can go into a whole school of things, a whole separate show about it, but it's been it's impacted the music in a big way. Some would say good, some would say bad, and we're all trying to figure out really what the next thing is going to be. More good music, man. Working on an album, the label, we're going to just expand and drop a Man-Child Black EP, Chris Rob singles, a new Anto Vitali record. So just really bigger and more and better, and hopefully as successful as we've been in the past. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited to finish the album. People have been waiting, chomping at the bit for it. So I pray that it's going to be something that folk will appreciate. I'm putting my all into it, and just working with a whole slew of other artists. There's an adult contemporary artist named Maritri that I'm working with and producing. Byron Moore, we're working on some more projects with him. The singer from Life Starts Today. So it's just an amazing thing, just building a team of producers and singers and songwriters. And so Tea Party Music is going to be one of the platforms that's going to provide the music for those people to party to.